It's 5:12 p.m. and it's getting it. Power's out. We got take cover alert, but we can't. We don't got nowhere to go. So. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. It's all Grady. I'm Denise.
And I'm Marcel.
You guys, we are here.
Yep. We're still here, guys.
We're still here, you guys.
In case you don't know where here is, guys, we're in north central Arkansas.
Yeah.
We're a family of 3 building a homestead and our home.
Yeah, so we own 25 acres here, and right behind us is our house. We are to the roof.
We are.
It's dried in up there.
Yeah, and we got part of the homestead set up too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right, so we've been trying to beat the rain to get the house dried in. We've experienced quite a few crazy stormy seasons here in Arkansas since we've been here.
Yeah, how long is that, baby Kate?
We've been here a little over 2 years, you guys.
Yeah. So we've had all the seasons, right? We've experienced them for a couple of years now. So I think we have a pretty good handle on kind of what to expect.
Yeah, we sure do, you guys.
Kind of do. And that's what today's video is about, guys.
Yeah.
Today's video is about being ready for what's to come.
All right, you guys. So here we are in the basement.
Yes, here we are.
What do we got going on, babe?
All right, guys. So for years now, even before we moved out here to the property, Baby Cakes and I have been planning this journey for a long time. One of your ideas has been solar power. So since then, a company called BLUETTI has reached out to us and asked us if we would accept their product for a review. So with BLUETTI's offer, it did intrigue me, right? So I wanted to look like I looked at the rest of them too. And there's a few key features that changed my mind for wanting to try this, right? So we're going to definitely discuss those things. But first, let's introduce you to the BLUETTI.
I am really excited about it because we have had several power outages since we've been here.
Yes.
And we've even lost food due to some of those power outages.
Guys, I've already been out there in the dark trying to start a generator that we let sit for too long, right? Because you don't run them when you don't need them, guys, because they cost you money to run them. So what good is it? I'm not getting any return by running that thing, except for that one morning when the power is out and it's cold and you can't get that thing started. Guys, those generators, you're not paying, it could cost upwards to around $800 a month for us when we were powering. It was $600 to $800 a month when we were powering up camp
with the gas.
Off of gas generator. It was very expensive. So they sit. Now they have their purpose. Right. Don't get me wrong. There's lots of juice behind them bad mamma jammas. There is alternatives. And I am now going to explore some of that.
Yeah, so let's check it out, you guys. I'm really excited to dive into it. I'll let Marcel run you through all the specifications and the things that he's learned about this cool thing that BLUETTI sent to us.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys. So what we have is the BLUETTI home backup portable power station, right? Guys, this is the AC300. All right, guys. So this is the B300. Right, this is the battery. It's the backup battery, right? Which is a huge selling point for me, which I'll go over in just a moment. But this thing is also a portable unit. right? And it comes completely self-contained. All right, guys, so they also sent me the PV 420, which is the solar panel. A big selling point for me, guys, was this unit is 2 separate pieces, which is important to somebody like me who does not like to have all of my features built into one thing, because when that one thing goes wrong, then you lose them all. So, and in my mind, a battery, guys, is something that is going to have to be replaced. Whereas plugs and things like that, man, like you can have them forever, right? So having these 2 units as a separate unit was a huge thing for me, because I now know that I don't have to replace the entire thing when one thing is overused, which batteries do, right? That was one of the positions I was always skeptical on, was you have to replace these things. You really do, because you get something like 3,000 charges or cycles or something like that on one of these units. All right, guys, so how did this stuff come out to us? It came out boxed individually, right? The AC300 came out, right? It came out in a box with an invitation to learn how to use this thing, right? It's pretty sweet, man. It just makes me think of an invitation. So this is what it is, guys. The BLUETTI AC300 is the unit itself. One of the nice features is it is separate. They separated it for probably a lot of reasons, but one of the big reasons was they were able to fit bigger units inside of here. If you want 3,000 watts of solar power, guys, you're going to have an inverter that can accommodate that. It's going to have all those features that you would see on a wall for a solar power station in your house. You would have to have inside of here, right? Because you're trying to pump out a lot of juice on this sucker. So they've packed all that stuff right up inside of here. That's one of the big reasons why it is a separate unit. All right, guys, next was the B300. This is the battery. You need this to power this thing, right? You need this to power this thing, and they'll charge it up. Otherwise, what you can have right here, guys, is the B300, which is a 12-volt system. All right, guys, you got a little plug right there. You got your USB ports. You can even charge this thing from the panel, guys. It's pretty sweet. All right, but this is the power right here. This is the biggest part, right? Because you got to be able to store the power. So this thing is a pretty big piece of equipment. It is 80 pounds, and you can pump out a lot of juice, guys, right? See, 3,072 watt hours you can store inside of this bad mamma jamma. That's pretty big, right? And once again, we'll just touch on this piece right here because it's separate, because it needs to be able to put all that stuff in there that operates all this other stuff. Because, guys, you can hook up 4 batteries to this bad mamma jamma, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, that is amazing. This thing is a backup power station for your house, right? One that you can break down and take pieces with you. Try to take your Tesla battery with you, guys. It's not gonna be that easy, right? Or whatever people are using for them house stations, right? Those things are pretty awesome too, but they're fixed. This is portable, right? And the moment you think, guys, that 4 batteries isn't enough, just gonna throw it out there. There is a communications port, guys, so that you can run 2 of these together. Now you got 8 batteries. You can run my well, right? Because it's, you know, it's 240 or whatever. You know what I mean? You can actually run 2 of these in series. That is amazing. You could have 24/7 backup, guys. Plus, then you can bring in 2,400 watts of solar power to each system at the same time. Are you kidding me? And we are living in our campers right now. We're in 2 campers. So our son is in one and we're in the other. When the power goes down, guys, we run 2 generators. But our son's camper now, it could run off something like this all the time, right? And it wouldn't be too much for it, guys. And right there it is. That thing is a 30 amp plug right there, an RV plug. Are you kidding me? I have a generator, guys, that I have to have an adapter for. I paid $3,000 for that generator, and it didn't even come with one of those. Good job, BLUETTI. All right, let's move right along here, guys, because up here we got all the important plugs, because it used to be a time everything had a plug like this. But those things now are USBs, and they go right here. And there's a bunch of them. All right, we got two there that says 18 watt. This is 5 volt, right? You just need to know what your device's specifications are. I wouldn't try to plug in something that you didn't understand. They don't all offer the same power, right? So same thing up here. This is 100 watt, guys. I'm moving right along here, guys. This is a power port, a 24 volt power port, right? Not to be confused with your 12 volt stuff, because if you plug in something that can only take 12 volts, you're going to fry it. And that's probably why BLUETTI was like, maybe we'll put a warning on there and just tell them, be careful what you're hooking up because you'll fry it. Guys, there's like stuff that plugs into your car like an air pump. Or those new portable refrigerators, guys. Those things run on 24 volts or 12 volts, right? So you can offer power to that thing right there. And then you got your 12 volt plug, guys. It is a strange looking plug that BLUETTI offers the adapter for. You can get your 12 volt, but I really don't know if I would use that, like, because they offer the 12 volt down here already. Anything that we want to do is going to be right down here, as is your regular like USB ports. Yeah, so here's our ports, guys. This one right here, we'll just open it up real quick. Maybe it's not necessary, but all right. So if you wanted to plug this thing into a wall, right there it is. Right there it is. That's the one we all recognize, guys. We recognize that. This is a 30 amp. You should be able to juice this thing up. If you don't have that, you can hook it up to a small. I've seen guys hook it up to an extension cord. But you can hook this sucker up, man, and juice it up quick. Right? So this one right here, guys, is for the solar. Which, once again, let's just talk about that. That's 1,200 watts each, which brings in 2,400 watts of solar. Or I can hook this thing up to your power jack in the car. If you was traveling, you could charge this off the alternator from your car while you were traveling, guys. All right, you just hook it up. How sweet is that? I love it. You put all your BLUETTI parts in that bag. That's pretty sweet. So even though we're not really going to talk much about this one, guys, real quick, I just want to mention it. This is where you would run two of these systems in series, right? Or whatever that's called. You can run them together, right? That's cool. One day I may have two of those things. All right, guys, so check this out here. This big old plug right here is what ties these two units together. It's a huge fat cable. That's because there's a lot of juice going through that sucker. This isn't your cell phone charger by itself. You can also charge your microwave with this thing, man. It takes power, real power. You know what I'm talking about? You don't got those little headphone cords with this. It's massive, and it locks in. It makes you feel like, bang, you're doing something, right? You're really running the power now, right? And it runs them both together. I don't have to worry about this thing falling apart. It's not all cheap feeling. It's a pretty quality piece of connection cable. All right, guys, moving right along. What else have we gone over here? So, just to mention, this is the invitation to learn how to use the other unit, the B300. All right, this looks like an invitation, guys. It's got all the specifications in there. The book's in there, the user's manual. They even send you like a quality control card with a number on it, guys. And they also send you the warranty cards in here as well. You want to log all that information, whatever they ask you to do. You could figure that out through this invitation to learn how to use your new BLUETTI. It is a 420 watt solar panel, guys. So it's going to pump out 420 watts worth of sun. It is pretty big, right? I'm assuming it's 105 watts a panel or something because there's like 4 segments. Right, comes out with the user's guide and the connection cable, guys, because this is how you plug it in. Bam! You could plug this directly into the battery, guys. Directly into the battery, which is cool because maybe you don't want to pack the AC unit. Maybe you know that you only need 12 volts of power, so you'll only take just the battery. Now, if you need 110, Then you're going to take the top unit too, because you have to have an inverter for that, guys. That's important. That's why this is separate. All right, guys, built into this thing, it has a 3,000 watt pure sine wave inverter. So this thing also has built into it a 5,400 watt charging capability, right? Guys, you can bring in solar power, full solar power in from one side, guys, and full electric power in from the other end and charge this thing at the same time. It's amazing, but it just seems amazing to me, right? That you can charge it up that fast. Sometimes these things can take forever, guys, right? And they really went out of the way to make sure that we do not have to spend all of our time chasing the sun. The Life P04 battery, guys, with 3,500 plus life cycles, right? To 80%. That's pretty amazing, I think. So if you have devices that you can just lay down and charge on those types of charging ports, it has two of these built in on the top, 15 watt wireless outputs. You just set your device on there that can accept that type of a charge, and ba-dang, you got a charge going on with no plugs, which still blows my mind. It's like through the waves of the air, whatever, man, it's magic. All right, guys, so over here we got the PV420. This is capable of 420 watts of solar juice coming from the sun, guys, going straight into there for our usage. All right, inside of this thing, first of all, I'd like to say this is pretty nice fabric. It feels very well built. It doesn't feel cheap, like it's just gonna fall apart. I think that they have a reputation to uphold, right? So inside of here, guys, is the plug for the solar. You take that sucker right there, guys. Looks like we got some technical details right there, just in case you need them. It tells you all the specs. You can hook this up two different ways, guys. You can hook this thing right here up to one of these, and go in through the top, the AC300, or they sent out the additional plug with the B300, guys. This would plug then into there. This plug plugs into the side, and you can charge this thing separately. Pretty sweet. All right, moving right along. Guys, here's a special mention. So these things are very expensive. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think that they're trying to just keep all the money at the same time, because these guys are investing in a program. It's called LAAF, right? And that's a program where they're lighting up homes in Africa, guys. There's like millions and millions of people without power there. So every one of these units, from my understanding, that they sell, they donate a solar power station to a family, which is pretty cool, man, right? Because it says 600 million people that don't have electricity there. That just sounds really bad. You know what I mean? So if you like those little feel-good touches, there's one of them. Also, when you're out of gasoline, right, it feels good to still have some power, right? And nobody likes to bring the can of gas if you only want to travel in the car. It stinks so bad and you get dizzy when you're driving. It's not safe. You ready for this? Y'all ready for this? This is the power down here. This is the battery. Turn that baby on right, bam! It's ready, guys. Everything is starting to turn itself on. It's warming up, guys. This thing is a very quiet unit. I'm not sure what a loud one sounds like, but I know it has cooling fans, and even when they are engaged, it seems to be very quiet. Yeah, so this system is really quiet. It's one of their selling points, you know, because I guess these things can get pretty loud with cooling fans. You don't want your batteries or your system to get hot, right? Even your computers, guys, you hear them, those fans going. This thing has like a pretty quiet technology. They would probably call it the whisper. Nah, they don't call it the whisper, guys. Anyways, here we are. We're powered up, right? So let's talk about the display unit on this thing, guys. First of all, let's talk about this thing comes with an app as well. You can download an app and operate this thing from your cellular device. That's pretty sweet, man. When it's cold out and the power goes out and you just want to kick the heat on before you get out of bed? But dang, from your phone. Come on. Or the coffee pot. I don't know how you have it wired up, guys, but you could do it from your phone. That's awesome. All right, guys, let's check this display, the control display out. One thing I love about it, guys, is it's touchscreen. I've grown very accustomed to touchscreen, right? So this thing comes out with all the functions right here at your fingertips. You can see, well, it shuts off after a minute because you don't want it to drain all the batteries if you ain't watching. Check it out, guys, right here in the dead center on the home page. It tells you how much juice you got, right? It will also tell you guys from one side of the screen to the other what type of power you're using, right? This is your DC, right? This is coming from your solar or your 12 volt, right? It's going to tell you the load. How much are you using, right? Or how much is coming in. Guys, you know if your panel's in the right place or not. How about that? And then on this side, guys, is the AC load, right? That's like your 12 volt stuff. You plug something 12 or 110 volt, guys. That's your DC plugs. It'll show you the load on that one, and that is in. Like if you plug it into the wall, it'll tell you how much charge is coming in. And all while it's telling you right here in the middle what percentage the battery is at. Now, if you hit that button right there, oh, let's turn it back on. If you hit that, but dang, what is that? That's 4 different battery possibilities, guys, because you can hook 4 of them up. We only have 1, but that's going to work for now, right? All right, let's go back. And the same with DC power, but if you want to use it, bang, guys, you could turn that on. How easy was that? Right? How easy was that? Now it is on. Now we're not drawing anything or nothing's coming in from the 12 volt. So we're not going to get any numbers just yet. We'll turn it back on and save us some juice. All right, we come over here to the AC. That's your regular plugs, guys. Turn that sucker on. Bang! See that? They even sent out 71% power, guys. And we're going to use it. Turn it back off. How easy is that, guys? You could turn it off, right? There's an alarm, right? It'll tell you. Then you can clear it. If you have any like codes or anything like that. All right, eco mode, if you wanted that on right there, that would be saving you some power, you know. It shows you the different types of the modes. Silent mode. Guys, see, it's off. So that would be the running it in parallel. Then we got Bluetooth, guys. We're just going to go ahead and shut Bluetooth off because we're not using that function. But it does have it. How cool is that? Same with the Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? We don't really need it to have Wi-Fi right now, so why use the battery? We'll just shut it off. How cool is that, guys? That's pretty easy, right? It's not very difficult to navigate this. All right, here it is. Go over to the computer. Okay, first of all, this is the AC side of it, so we would want to turn it on, right? There, it's turned on. Down here will indicate what usage, right, we have going on. So it's charging our computer right now at 57 watts, right? So it's draining that much. That's the load. Right now, I'm assuming if I go over here and turn my computer on, because that's just charging the battery. Come over here, let's see if it changes something. We turn the computer on, bam, we're at 80, 90. So the usage is being displayed here. All right, guys, now we've got 2 shop lights. 2 shop lights, mind you, they are LEDs, so they don't draw a whole bunch anyways. And a laptop. We're now drawing 160-ish watts, yeah? With no problem whatsoever. I mean, we could really get crazy with it. And we could hook up our other light. Like, lights are always important, guys. Alright, guys, now we're up to 216. 18, 32. There you go. So that's 3 lights and a computer operating. All right, guys, we're gonna hook up a fan along with it. See, this is like a whole circuit right here. Like you can fit 8 plugs on a regular house circuit too, right? So you can pull a lot all at once. You ready here? We're gonna put this on full blast, man. This is important in the hot time of the day too. Right? Being able to circulate some air. Look guys, it ain't even budging. It ain't even budging. Right, if those were the little cell phone ones that we got, guys, it would be all bad. We would be out of juice. We're drawing right now around 300 watts. That's not very much, right? But it is when you don't have any juice at all. We can see what's being used in real time. That's important. We can see how much power we got left in real time. That's important. And a huge thing is, guys, I do not have to babysit this thing. I could set it up. Maybe we're in a power out situation and I need to power something down the hill, right? And we need to pay attention to how long it's running, right? We can operate this thing from our cell phone, right? Because it has a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth capabilities, guys. It comes with an app. You download the app, you hook it up, you can control it from the comforts of your home. How sweet is that, man? I'm out there trying to start a generator up in the dark and the cold and the rain, and the generator don't care. It didn't have electric start. You know what I mean? Remote start like some cars. Remote start. How about that? All right, there's a little change. We're down to 70%, man. We got two shop lights. Our camera light for our super sweet shots with the cameras. We've got our fan going, and we have a computer going. All at the same time, guys. I still got 2 more plugs, plus the RV plug. And what's important here is that we can show what it is being used, right? So we've showed you some of the stuff on the 110 side, guys. The AC power, which is super cool, because when power goes out, that's usually the plug you're trying to get powered up right there. And our next display will be the 12-volt side, which would be then the cell phone, guys. All right, guys, there it is. We shut it off. This is the 12-volt side, right? You can see the display here. We hooked up our cell phone. Let's turn that sucker on. What a beautiful sound when your battery's dead. You know what I'm saying? So it shows us what we're drawing right here. It's not drawing very much, 6 watts, right? This could last forever. You could charge a bazillion of these things. I'm not even sure how many of them. Probably around 3,072 watt hours worth, right? Or 3,000 watts worth, right? That's a lot of juice, guys. How many cell phone charges is that? A lot, right? Which is something I've been thinking about, because we just paid a $300 electric bill, right? I'm starting to think this thing has 6 plugs, guys. I can start charging this thing, some of our devices, from right here, guys, and I could do it from the sun. And I can keep some of that money in our bank account, because even a little trickle like this costs in the end. But this is very important to me. We just literally paid nearly a $300 electric bill, guys, right? This is going to provide power for us on a long-term basis that makes sense to me. One thing we always have to do is make sure all of our batteries are charged, guys. And if you know anything about GoPro batteries, they only last like 30 minutes on a good one. As a matter of fact, this one's about to die. It is certainly nice to know that we can charge all of our devices for an entire day with no problem. All right, I'm super jazzed up about that.
All right, guys, so with that being said, we're excited about the BLUETTI and the prospects of saving some money here on the homestead and being able to have that backup power when we need it, because we have a lot of those situations where our power goes out.
Yeah, so I just wanted to mention one more thing. I've already mentioned it once before. I just want to elaborate on it real quick, and that was what you just touched on, was the money, right? Because even a unit like this can seem very, very expensive. Now, I do believe BLUETTI is offering a promotional code, right, that comes along with this advertisement or this review so you can get this thing a little bit cheaper, but it's still an investment, guys. Something like this is an investment. But what is the price, right? For a peace of mind. I've got a lot of money wrapped up into gas generators, right? We have food, guys, in freezers because we're out here in the country. When the power goes down, we become very insecure.
Yeah.
Right? And a backup unit like this could save a lot of stress, first of all. Just knowing that we don't have to rush, right? We have options. As long as the sun comes out, we can charge the thing back up, right? This thing can power your house if set up correctly, or it can be scaled down to take on a picnic.
Sounds like the versatility and the price kind of match hand in hand. I mean, when you want to be able to take your solar system with you, here it is.
Or if you want to power your house, here it is. This is as big as a house unit. Like, you can hook up 2 of these suckers and run even bigger equipment.
All right, so we're really excited about the BLUETTI, you guys. We have a lot more testing out to do with this thing. It seems like it's got a lot of power to offer, especially for some of the situations that we have here on the homestead.
This thing makes perfect sense in the city. We lived in Denver. Denver lost power too. Guess when we bought our generators, guys? When we was in Denver. We seriously bought both of our big generators when we were in the city, and we lost power. We bought our first one, it was too small. We bought our second one, it's much bigger, right? But it eats the gas. Boy, it's a hungry girl.
Yeah, so we sure wish we would have had something like this back then, but it's nice to have it now. We're excited to give it a continuous try out. All right, you guys, thanks for tagging along with us on this review. If you enjoy our content, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up.
Bam, and make sure you guys check out the link, right? Because you're going to want to check out the specs on this thing for yourself, guys. And you're also going to want to check out the other products that they offer. They offer many designs.
All right, you guys, be sure to ring that notification bell.
I guess down there, guys, you'll know exactly when we got more cool stuff like this and whatever else we got going on when it's posted.
And share our videos.
Heck yeah, guys, that's what I do. You know it's true. You're watching us right now.
If you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to do that as well.
That's a perfect time, guys. The temperature's just right. We got the lighting set just perfect, so it's a good time.
All right, you guys.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.
We got power!